What if Lucifer never fell from heaven? What if the Christ you know was not the Christ who walked the earth? These questions may sound shocking, heretical even. But what if the answers are found in an ancient Ethiopian Bible? Welcome to the wondrous world of the hidden Book of Enoch and other forbidden texts that rewrite history. Rome reshaped both Lucifer and Jesus. While Ethiopia kept the hidden truth about them, Rome airbrushed Lucifer, the fallen angel, into a fallen archangel. And the Christ who walked the earth became the Christ who sits in the sky. Rome made it seem as if Lucifer was never part of God's counsel and that he never challenged God. It was as if Ethiopia was erased from church history. But it was Ethiopia that kept the most books of the Old Testament, 81 books instead of Rome's 66. And many of those extra books contain information that contradicts Roman doctrine. Ethiopia, the ancient land of mystery. Back then, Ethiopia had thousands of monasteries filled with manuscripts written in Ge'ez, a dead language that sounds like this. Ge'ez manuscripts of Enoch, Jubilees, 4 Baruch, Maccabean, all books of the Nag Hammadi library and more. Mini-hook. Why did Rome erase what Ethiopia preserved? The Lucifer misinterpretation. Let's start with Lucifer. In Isaiah 14, the word Lucifer means morning star or son of the dawn. It was a satire of the Babylonian king who boasted he was a god, but really he was just a mere mortal. Jerome, a Catholic scholar working in Bethlehem, translated the Hebrew word Lucifer into Latin, which sounded similar to Lucifer, meaning light-bearer. This Latin translation was used for centuries and became the basis for the myth of the fallen angel. Later, Ezekiel 28 was also interpreted through this lens, painting the king of Tyre as a fallen angel. Revelation further fueled this narrative by mentioning a star that fell from heaven. Rome merged Isaiah, Ezekiel, and Revelation to come up with the myth of the fallen archangel. Mini-hook, so was Lucifer ever God's rival? Ethiopia's version of Lucifer. Now let's explore Ethiopia's version. In the book of Job, Satan is the accuser, not necessarily the devil. He is a heavenly being who tests humans. This was accepted in both Rome and Ethiopia. However, in Jubilees, Mastema is introduced as a tester sent by God to test human obedience. Enoch attributes true rebellion to the Watchers, not Lucifer. He was just a tester under God's leash. Mini-hook. What if Lucifer was never a rebel, but a tester under God's leash? Rome's political motive. Now we reveal Rome's motive for erasing Ethiopia's books. During the first 4 centuries after Christ, the empire held 3 major councils, Nicaea, Laodicea, and Carthage. They standardized the 66-book canon we know today and removed books like Enoch and Jubilees. Why? Because the empire needed fear. Lucifer as a rebel justified obedience to earthly rulers, and just as Lucifer fell, so should any who oppose the emperor. The empire also needed authority. The Christ who walked among us was painted as the Christ who sits in the sky, enthroned like Caesar. His birth, life, and death were whitewashed, airbrushed clean of any hint of violence. Mini-hook, fear and submission, 2 tools to control faith. Ethiopia's Christ vs. Rome's Christ. Ethiopian manuscripts describe Christ as dark-skinned, humble, and close to his people. Roman cathedrals show him pale, enthroned like Caesar. 2 different Christs, the Christ of the empire and the Christ of Ethiopia. Mini-hook, which Christ do you follow? The War of Narratives. Rome wielded the power of councils, cathedrals, and propaganda. Ethiopia clung to its ancient traditions in mountain monasteries and rock-hewn churches. They hid their 81 books in caves and behind walls. When Jesuits tried to erase these books, they failed. They couldn't destroy what they didn't understand. Ethiopia's story survived because it was worth dying for. Mini-hook, the real war was not fought with swords, but with stories. Legacy. The empire's distortion still echoes in today's 66-book Bible, the White Christ, and the fear of Lucifer. But Ethiopia whispers a different story. Lucifer as a tester, not a rebel, and Christ as a companion of the oppressed, not a distant king. Which story will you choose? Rome's or Ethiopia's? Comment your thoughts below. Subscribe for more hidden truths. Until next time, stay curious. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. We would love to hear your thoughts, so feel free to comment below with your thoughts, suggestions, or any other videos you'd like us to cover in the future. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel to stay updated on our latest videos. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.